6ix9ine destroyed and exposed Big Bank and the hypocrisy of the streets in his recent interview they just did. The reason why it was so bad for Big Bank is because 6ix9ine cornered Big Bank and put him in a situation where he had to defend the indefensible. Big Bank's kind of opened himself up to what was to come when the first question out of his mouth to 6ix9ine was, why do 6ix9ine wake up thinking about other men? Those other men were 21 Savage, Young Thug, and Atlanta rappers who criticized him.
First off, we're gonna get right into it. Why you wake up with on your mind? That's what I want to know.
So, I got this. So, when I wake up, right? I don't wake up with on my mind. I wake up me responding to right? I'm from New York. I feel like a lot of rappers, they wake up and mention 6ix9ine. They not from New York. When Meek Mill mentioned me, right? When Meek Mill mentioned me, he not from New York. When Lil Durk mentioned me, he not from New York. When King Von mentioned me, he not from New York. When 21 Savage mentioned me, he not from New York. Why do they got an opinion on my life, my case, not being from New York or having anything to do with my case? You know what I mean?
In the same rap shit, though.
That's the mistake that Big Bank make, defending the indefensible. You are critiquing 6ix9ine for speaking on 21 Savage and other grown men, and then the first thing out of your mouth when 6ix9ine says, nah, they spoke on me first is, well, y'all in the same field, they can that's just that's not even like logically consistent, right? That's illogical. And you can't critique 6ix9ine for speaking on 21 Savage and Young Thug and others. Well, when 21 Savage was on your show, bringing up 6ix9ine unprovoked.
The fans got the voice. How do
you not get destroyed from the internet? I don't think they can destroy you if you just keep going.
I'm not saying destroy you to the point where you go from 100 to 0, but they can take you from 100 to 40, 50, for sure. Overly. Quick, too. Oh, God. Let the wrong narrative get to going about you. Oh, God.
But I'm saying, what about the fight through them narratives, though? Because you got some fight through them narratives.
Still ain't getting no money like that, like they was. Still ain't getting no money like they was, like the rap boy.
Who?
We been wearing lace fronts and shit.
Who that?
Who told in New York, man. Who told all them in New York. The Mexican.
Oh, you say he...
The internet took his down.
I think he just stopped.
Nah, because he can't go. Ain't no gas in the car. What you mean he just stopped?
No, what I'm saying is, bro, you not get what I'm saying. What I'm saying was, like, bro, certain shit happens and maybe it took a toll of you. Like Kanye, right? Let's say Kanye, for example. They've been trying to tear him down for forever.
When Buddy did what he did, I think he was the first snitch that like went viral. Bro, I ain't even trying to be funny.
Yes, you is, bro.
I'm talking about, no, nigga, I'm talking about as an artist, bro. I'm talking about as an artist, as a lit rapper. He was the first rapper that, in the internet era, snitched, bro. And it was public as he got out, he tried to still act like, I snitched, so what, I'll kill everybody still. And they like, man, shut up. And he's down.
So from a viewer perspective, because 6ix9ine played this clip before he got into 21 Savage and before he started talking about 21 Savage, he played this clip. And people got to see, while Big Bank is trying to police how 6ix9ine speak about 21 Savage, he's trying to shut down the conversation, I ain't here to speak about nobody else. But he allowed 21 Savage and others to speak on 6ix9ine. Now, when 6ix9ine started to grill Big Bang about 21 Savage, Big Bang looked crazy because 6ix9ine provided the information, put it on the screen. And there was a point where 6ix9ine asked Big Bang to read what's on the screen, and Big Bang deliberately skipped over the part that would make 21 Savage look crazy.
Does 21 Savage have a U visa? How is he in the United States right now, right? 21 Savage is here off a U visa. You know what's a U visa? This is the definition of a U visa. As of October 2023, 21 Savage, Shia bin Abraham Joseph is a lawful permanent resident of the United States, successfully resolving his long-standing immigration saga. While he reportedly filed for a U visa What the f is a U visa? While he reportedly filed for a U visa in 2017 following a 2013 shooting incident. His legal status was ultimately adjusted to permanent resident after years of deportation proceedings.
What 6ix9ine is talking about is actually facts. WAC 100 actually posted 21 Savage U visa agreement a few years ago after their Clubhouse argument. But 21 Savage was arrested by ICE and detained. Now, Jay-Z and Roc Nation hired 21 Savage, a powerhouse attorney that got 21 Savage a bond. While 21 Savage was out on bond, fighting his immigration and fighting deportation, the powerhouse attorney was able to secure 21 Savage a U visa agreement. What the U visa agreement says, you get to stay, you get status, you get a work permit. In exchange, though, you agree to testify against somebody who victimized you. So because 21 Savage was a victim of a shooting that left his homie dead and him almost dead, he qualified for that. But in exchange, though, he has to agree. Now, that don't mean he's cooperating actively, but he has to agree that if the person, who shot him is caught, he has to agree to testify and cooperate against that person. He would also have to provide certain statements about him being shot, such as where he got shot, how he got shot, what the person was wearing, et cetera, et cetera. Now, he could have easily lied to them, but still in all, you still sign your name on a dotted line that you agree to snitch when it's time to snitch. So 6ix9ine is pointing that out like, hold on, 21 Savage got a U visa agreement. I haven't heard Big Bank and others call him out on this. Why? And because Big Bank and 21 Savage is cool, Big Bank really suffered, like combating 6ix9ine and rebuttaling this, and it made him look crazy because all we saw was him making excuses and picking and choosing and politicking what's snitching and what's not snitching.
What is the U visa? Let's see what a U visa is.
Bro,
No. Hold on.
Yeah.
Nah. Let's just see what a U visa is. What is a U visa? A U visa is a U.S. immigration benefit for non-citizen victims. Key word, victims.
See, man, what? Bro.
But let me finish. Hold on, babe.
Calm down,
Look,
bro.
Hold on. Immigration for a non-citizen victim of a certain crimes who have suffered substantial mental or physical abuse and are helpful to law enforcement in investigation or prosecution of that criminal activity. This is a fact, though.
But what they got to do with anything, though? I'm saying, what are you saying? What's the point, though? What's the point you're making? You saying he was a victim?
I mean, he's
a lot of people be victims, though. If you get shot, that's a victim.
Okay.
When they get shot, being in the street, that's a victim. What are you talking about?
All right, cool. You can only get a U visa, right? This is the definition. Let's slow it down, Bing. I know it's cut up. Sometimes the truth is just too much.
Bro, what I'm saying, that shit said, a U visa benefits from non-citizen victims who have suffered from certain crimes, basically, right?
But don't finish there. This is the key word right here. Read that slowly for me. Now read it out loud. Let people
physical abuse or
physical abuse, mental or physical abuse, and are helpful to law enforcement in the investigation of what, you gonna ignore that? That's what you got right now.
Big Bank heard 6ix9ine explain what a U visa is, explain how 21 Savage got the U visa, explain the stipulations of the U visa, read exactly what read the paragraph. Big Bank then reads the same paragraph and stopped short of when they said you gotta cooperate against the person who victimized you, man. Again, if Big Bank would have said, hey, listen, man, which he eventually did so, I do give him credit. If he would have said, hey, listen, man, I'm not here to defend anybody who snitched or not, bro, right? Listen, if you got proof they snitch, tell them to come and defend themselves, man, all right? Because if they snitch, they snitch. All right, I don't give a damn, right? They, don't steal my partners. That would have been better. But because 6ix9ine cornered him, he just couldn't just lay down or lay over and have 6ix9ine just call them rat for the entire 2-hour interview. Because in that situation, now after this interview, now 21 Savage is mad at him for allowing 6ix9ine to just call him a rat. and not vouch for him in front of 6ix9ine. But not vouching for 21 Savage when you think he did wrong would have been much better than Big Bang just playing dumb. I think at some point, 6ix9ine read exactly what was on paper very slowly, and Big Bang responded back, what you mean? Just playing dumb.
You know that?
What that mean though?
Bank, 21 Savage got a U visa. That means he was a victim in a crime. This is, yo, Bank, this is like this is what I'm trying to say. So when you come at me calling me the Mexican, the lace front, now shut it down. Yo, homie, every action has a reaction, right? So now you're gonna make me dick.
Really don't mean shit though.
That don't mean nothing?
That don't mean shit.
So that's
the only, you saying that's the only way a nigga can get a visa?
Yeah. Look, let's go down here, right? Cause let's look down here.
Like you can't talk about these niggas, bro. I don't want to I'm trying to ask you questions.
Nah, but I know, Bank, but listen to me. I know it's hard to believe. I know it's like tough. I know it's like, damn, like I don't want niggas now looking into this shit. 21 Savage here on a U visa. That means he was a victim of a crime and is helping. Look, I'm not making this up.
I'm saying you done said this shit before plenty of times. So what?
So now he mentioned me first on your podcast. Yeah. He said, yo.
I ain't never heard Big Bang stutter a day in my life, bro. Big Bang is articulate. Big Bang is a very smart and intelligent brother. When 6ix9ine gets to cooking to himself, and Big Bang gets to whoa. Hold on, bro. Hold on, man. This ain't Wawa, man. Right? They don't got Wawas in Miami, homie. They only got Wawas on the East Coast. Okay? So, whoa. Now, hold on, bro. Just admit it, hey, man. Yo, and at some point, Big Bang said the craziest stuff, bro. Oh, my. Yo. This was so freaking insane. Big Bang tries to make an excuse for the Atlanta Rats. So his excuse was, well, you told and got all of your co-defendants 100 years collectively. These other Atlanta Rats, they didn't do that. Like, they told, but they didn't tell like that. They got some wiggle rooms to their telling, right? Some of them, right, only gave information to the police. We can't even identify who got arrested and went to jail for the information they provided, but they provided information, though, they told, right? They tried to get folks locked up, but nobody got locked up, so, there's some wiggle room here. But 6ix9ine walked him back in the corner. Are you saying there's degrees of snitching? Are you saying telling on one person is fine, but telling on 5 is not fine? Are you saying, like, telling on 5 is worse than telling on 1? 6ix9ine walked him into a corner that, like 6ix9ine knew. 6ix9ine is intelligent, and he knew that Big Bang can't just outright say, yeah, telling on one person, right, is objectively better than telling on 5. He knew he couldn't say that because the rules of the streets, that's illogical, says that's not the case. And if Big Bang would have said that on camera, folks would have woke up today looking at him a little crazy.
Because it's like, bro, you can't compare yourself. I'm gonna keep it a brick. You can't compare yourself to, bro, you got over 100 and some years, man. That's different than all this shit you talking about that can be nothing word than that's locked up.
But I'm saying,
hold up, I'm gonna keep it a break with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, so that's an argument.
Who got over 100 years, though?
I'm saying all them collective, that's 100 and some years.
Bro, you just making that up.
You wanna pull it up? Google it. Google it. How much time did, what's the name of the people, get collectively? It's over 100 years, bro. That's
I don't know. But you saying like me. Oh, matter of fact, let's see. I love this, y'all. I love this.
No, I'm just saying that's a difference, though.
I love this, though. Remember what he's saying and clip it back. I want y'all to rewind this when I pull it up. Watch this.
But is that different, though? You trying to compare yourself to niggas who got basically wiggle room. You know what I'm saying? This shit different. This shit different
so
out here.
Bang, if you walking down the street, right? If you walking down the street.
No, you gotta
If you walking down the street.
Let me type
and a big brolic dude smack your girl ass and one scrawny dude smack your girl ass, what you gonna do? You can't treat somebody different. I can't treat the scrawny different. Not everybody get the same treatment. A rat is a rat, right or wrong? There's no levels to this rat and shit. Is it?
The Gunna discussion was even worse because 6ix9ine pulled up a tweet from 21 Savage where 21 Savage is saying that Gunna told before, and they all knew Gunna told before, but yet, they slid it under the rug for Young Thug. So 6ix9ine's pulling this tweet like, hold on, bruh. So all you guys knew Gunna told before, like y'all knew about the Crime Stopper video, but yet y'all hit that under the rug, right, as a favor for Young Thug? Big Bang then tried to say, like that Gunna never told, Gunna didn't tell. Then 6ix9ine pulled up the Crime Stopper video where Gunna is identifying, hey, bruh, that man right there, he's the one who really did it, but they got my cousin in jail for it because my cousin had on the same clothes as him, but he the one that really did it. Big Bang read it, seen it, heard it, and had an excuse for Gunna. And this is where I believe that everybody said, all right, bruh, we might not like 6ix9ine, man, but at some point, if you're the only person who's prepared to speak the truth, like if you're the only person in an interaction who is speaking the truth and being honest, then even though we might like Big Bang more, we might respect Big Bang more, we kind of have to like give this to 6ix9ine, like, all right, bro, you got it, man. You got Big Bang. Because Big Bang was put in a position, it's a lose-lose, man. You keep it real, you lose your relationships, right? And you don't keep it real, well, you look like this, right? You look unprepared, you look overwhelmed, and you look like a hypocrite, right? Again, that's with all due respect, because I rock with Big Bang.
Accountability is what I did. My thing is like, yeah, I told, but these niggas was sleeping with my baby mom, stealing millions, kidnapping me. They did all of this. That's accountability. I said it on the first live when I came home. I wore it. This is what you call no accountability. We knew Gunna wasn't no gangster when he told the first time and we swept it under the rug. You call that accountability?
But Gunna ain't tell no first time.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
Now, let's watch this shit.
You talking about what?
You tell me how this not telling.
The night Jasmine Lynn was shot.
It was just a coincidence.
Red. The night Kitchens claims Ben and Carter were both wearing red. The night Jasmine Lynn was shot.
It was just a coincidence of how it was put out. Like, they actually had on the same exact color.
Okay.
He just had on the hood and D-Bo had on regular shirts.
Let police do their job.
Hold on, babe. My bad. Hold. You asked me a question. Bro, you can stop hitting that bullshit, bro. That shit, you just walked that thing down, bro. You just showed the video. Hold up.
You said Gunna didn't tell the first.
That's telling. You say that's telling?
All right.
I'm asking you. You saying is that telling?
Can I explain myself?
That's a yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, and let me.
You want to see how?
Yeah, go ahead.
You police? Why you painting a picture for it? It's the streets.
What'd he say? He said somebody's name?
The same exact color.
I'm asking a question.
He just had on the hood.
I ain't defending the name. I'm asking you a question.
Yo, hold on. Just listen.
That nigga some bullshit.
Look, hear the names.
No, he said my cousin. That's his cousin name.
Hold on.
Red. The night Kitchens claims Ben and Carter were both wearing red.
Ben and Carter were both wearing red.
No, they ain't what he said.
The night Jasmine Lynn was shot.
Hold on.
Let me see. That what he said?
The night Kitchens claims Ben and Carter were both wearing red. The night Jasmine Lynn was shot.
Let me hear it again.
You want to hear it
He
again?
said what? The police said it. Gunna ain't say that.
Oh, man. Yo, I love that you watching this in real time.
I'm just asking a question, my nigga. I'm not here to defend no nigga, bro. Whoever wrong, they wrong. Did he say that, though?
A coincidence of how it was put out. Like, they actually had on the same exact color. He just had on the hood and D-Bo had on regular shirts.
Kitchens believe that mistaken identity played a big role in this case. And he read that Kitchens claims Ben and
So
Carter.
he over here doing police work, saying, yo, y'all got the wrong person.
Then we find out that 6ix9ine actually paid Big Bang to be there. So Big Bang should have already known if 6ix9ine is that excited, if he is that eager to have you come in, it's gonna be something. So not Big Bang's best performance. He's still a great interviewer, but I feel like in this interview, you try to defend the indefensible and it just came off bad. Now, others have reacted to this interview since it's dropped and they, share the same sentiment. Charleston White reacted to this interview and here's what he had to say.
6ix9ine 6ix9ine has a production team. He has a production mind. He's very skilled. He's very tactical in interviews and editing and putting out the good. His team gonna make you sense. The nigga good. He know how to control his narrative. He been trying to sit down with the rap world. He been trying to sit down in the rap world. They been shunning him. They wouldn't let him in. Mexican boy, Mexican boy, Mexican boy. But you gotta think, homie, the Mexican boy came and played to the fullest. Came and played to the fullest. Put on. So check in, right? He grew up with. So he done took on us. Come being real with us. So when he give up he take his lick. He take his lick. He don't run from the shame of telling. He don't run from it. He come out and say, man, I did this. He take his lick like a man. He don't come back and still try to build the street. He come take his lick and say, I done fell from grace. Nobody in the hip-hop world embraces it. They were trying to spit on it because had nobody been caught snitching yet. The Woody tapes ain't came out yet. So none of that. But if we real, when have the Mexican ever been wrong for telling on the? Because when the Mexican go to the feds, the Mexican cartel, the Mexican plug, all of them tell on one another. So let me bring you back to America. The Mexican plug, the Mexicans that always tell on give up the mayates. So when they go to the feds and they get with they Mexican people and they show their paperwork and they gave up a mayate, they don't get a snitch label. SA don't get a snitch label for giving up the mayate. He didn't give up a vato, Holmes. He didn't give up a vato, Holmes. He gave up the mayates. The mayates was stupid for letting the vato in with the mayates because the vatos don't let the mayates in with them. So the Mexicans been giving up the mayates. So he didn't break no codes in his world. All he ever wanted was to come sit down and let's talk about facts. That's why he keeps saying I walk down facts, because y'all wouldn't never let him bring the facts to y'all media platforms. Or if y'all did, y'all tried to shame him, y'all tried to ridicule, y'all moved the goalpost for other people. So I remember telling Banks a year ago, say, Banks, you either street or you go do journalism. You can't be a journalist media. These street rules and principles. He said, man, I'm not in the street, but I'm saying, Banks, you still got the residue because some of the codes you still honor.
6ix9ine cooked them. But I do disagree with people saying that Banks can't. Banks can still have his code and his honor and still be big in media. Like, he could still say, I'm from the streets. I'm not going to snitch, right? Those are my codes. I'm not about to impose my codes on other people. Like, he can, he can say that. He don't got to compromise like his morals and principles for this media stuff. He could have a strict line between I'm not gonna snitch, I won't snitch, that's just me though, while still not imposing his standards on other people. I don't see, like Big Bank imposing his standards on other people. But Gucci Mane told, Big Bank said, man, Gucci Mane is still my brother, man. Right? Like, straight up. Now, Wack 100 also tapped in and also spoke. And Wack 100 called out, like the culture. Because when Wack 100 sat down with 6ix9ine, it was right after 6ix9ine told and got released from prison. And street dudes gave Wack 100 a hard time for sitting down with 6ix9ine. They looked at it as Wack 100 condoning and co-signing, like the snitching. Well, Wack is saying, hold on, why y'all not giving Big Bank the exact same backlash and pressure y'all gave me for sitting down with 6ix9ine, which is also a very fair point.
Listen, let's walk this shit down. 5 years ago, when I get the call from Act, 6ix9ine want to interview with you. You up for it? For sure. What the streets gonna think about you? Nigga, the streets. When I did it, y'all heard 21 Savage come on there and say, yo, Wack, that was lame. You interviewed 6ix9ine, everybody talking. When this Valley ninja kicked the door in when this wolf chose his own path. And to this day, me and little bro, me and Daniel, 6ix9ine, whatever you want to call him, we straight, we tight, we solid. Now I look up, Big Banks go on there. I want to hear all y'all call him a lame. Because there's no reason to talk to 6ix9ine. He ain't did nothing new but continue to grow and flourish in his career. It ain't been no new this or new this. The people still in jail. Mail murder out, ain't said nothing, did nothing, ain't gonna do nothing. Over there trying to figure out where he gonna get his next meal. Listen, man, out there to the kids. What the streets is telling you to do, what you can do, what you can say, what you can't say. You do what you do. In the meantime, go to the App Store, hit nothing but content, go subscribe, and see what's really going on. 6ix9ine, good luck. And for the rest of y'all, the streets is a myth. Troy Ave verse.
I said this in one of my other videos. Yo, we owe Troy Ave a profound apology, man. Troy Ave told us the street was a myth almost a decade ago. No, more than a decade ago. And we laughed at Troy Ave. We called him bitter. We called him all type of names. More than a decade later, Troy Ave was 100%, man. All right. Dudes went from caring about snitching, not working with no rats, to when they homie right, they're like, man, listen, man, but he the homie though. I don't care. That's my brother, man. I'm supporting my brother still, man. We watched somebody in an interrogation footage for 3 hours do a whole lot of telling and writing. Man, that don't matter, bro. Man, listen, man, yeah, bro. Yeah, we heard him give information to the police, but like the police didn't use the information, so it's not telling though. The streets are a myth, bro. The goalposts will get moved if they like you, straight up. Y'all let me know in the comment section what's your thoughts on this Big Bank and 6ix9ine interview. Okay, let me know, right? And and if you guys still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen to find out how Chud, the despicable racist, all right, just had a really tough day yesterday. He almost got killed on stream, live. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'll break it all down. Send me a hype to this video if you want to support. That's the best way to show support is to send a hype. Please, please, please. I'm going to see you guys in this Chud video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.